A shrine established on a reclaimed world of the Imperium at the dawn of the Indomitus Crusade was the site this order of sisters had come halfway across the galaxy to see and pay homage to. The ancient tombs of its great saviours, a lone Primaris Marine and Sister of Battle who had held a gate against the foul Xenos for 10 days and nights, protecting the sanctum from desecration until reinforcements had arrived, only for the reinforcements to find both heroes dead amongst a literal mountain of enemies. Through careful sampling of the pict feeds of this giant cathedral and world, the Prime Conduit, Belisarius Cool, had seen the Primaris Marines' Belisarian Furnace engage and stay active for 10 whole days without its hosts expiring. He must have this project of his, but the sisters would surely not allow it. He had sent infiltration teams, but they had been met with violence and death, and so now, in order for the Imperium to survive, battle would need to be joined against the Sororitas in Warhammer 40,000. Our scenario today, we're going to be playing the mission from the White Dwarf Bunker Defense Nexus. Now, this has the mission rule of determined resistance, where at the end of the 2nd, 3rd and 4th battle rounds, if one player has less victory points than their opponent, the player with less VP rolls 1d6, and on a 2+, they gain a VP. Now, we have two objectives. The first of these is in the 2nd, 3rd and 4th battle rounds. At the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 VP for each of the following conditions they satisfy, controlling 1, 2 or more objectives. In the 5th battle round, this switches to having the player going second score at the end of their turn. Master of the Nexus as well, where at the end of the battle, each player adds together the OC characteristic of all models from their army within 6 inches of the centre, and the player with the highest total will score 25 VP. So we have a couple of things. We want to be grabbing objectives, and we want to make sure we control the centre of the board at the end of the game. In today's game, I'm going to be playing with the Adeptus Mechanicus Radzone Corps. To start with, I have Belisarius Cool as my warlord. I then have a Cybernetica Datasmith as another character, a Tech Priest Dominus with Macro Stubber and Eradication Array. My first unit is a unit of Skitarii Rangers, 10 models in the unit with an Arc Rifle, Plasma Caliber, Transuranic Arquest, Omnispecs and a Skitarii Ranger Alpha with Alpha Combat Weapon and Mechanicus Pistol. Joining them is a unit of Skitarii Vanguard, 10 models in the unit, an Arc Rifle, Plasma Caliber and Transuranic Arquest, as well a Data Tether and Skitarii Ranger Alpha with Alpha Combat Weapon and Mechanicus Pistol. Have a unit of Cataphron Breaches with 3 models in the unit, all armed with heavy arc rifles and arc claws. A unit of Cataphron Destroyers with 3 models in the unit, all armed with Cataphron Plasma Culverins and Phosphor Blasters. And another unit of Cataphron Destroyers armed with heavy grav cannons, Cognus Flamers, all having 3 models in the unit. And lastly, I have a unit of Castellan Robots with 2 models in the unit, both armed with Twin Castellan Fists and Incendine Combustors. Stephen, meanwhile, is going to be playing with the Adeptus Sororitas, and he's gone with the Hallowed Martyrs Detachment. Leading his force is a Canoness, which is his warlord, has the enhancement, the Mantle of a Failure to lower the amount of damage incoming, has a power weapon, plasma pistol, and Rod of Office. Joining the Canoness is Lord Inquisitor Kyria Draxus. We then have a Battle Sister squad with 10 models in the unit, a Sister Superior armed with Chainsword and Bolt Gun, Simulacrum Imperialis, Ministorum Flamer and Artificer Crafted Stormbolter. Joining them is a unit of Celestian Sacrosanct with 5 models in the unit, the Sacrosanct Superior with Spear of the Faithful and Inferno Pistol, and all of the rest are armed with Hallowed Maces. A Retributor squad is next with 5 models in the unit, a Retributor Superior with Combi Weapon, 2 Ministorum Heavy Flamers and 2 Multi-Melters make up the rest of the squad. We then have 2 exactly the same squads of Seraphim. Both have 5 models in the unit and both have their Seraphim Superior armed with Plasma Pistol and Power Weapon. A unit of Paragon Warsuits with 3 models in the unit armed with Paragon Grenade Launchers, Paragon War Maces and Multi-Melters. Penitent Engined armed with Twin Penitent Buzzblades. And lastly, a Sororitas Rhino for a dedicated transport armed with a Hunter Killer Missile as well. And so, we are all deployed down on the table for the Adeptus Mechanicus. I've got my Skitarii Rangers out in front with the Cataphron Breaches and Destroyers spread across the centre with Belisarius Cool behind. Also got the Tech Priest Dominus inside our destroyers here with the Plasma. We then have the Skitarii Vanguard on the other flank and the Castellan robots supporting them there as well. Meanwhile, for the Adepta Sororitas, the Sisters of Battle, you've got a unit of Seraphim with your Penitent Engine on that flank. You've got your Celestian Sacrosanct and Canoness. Over up the top, you've got more of your Seraphim. You've got your Rhino, which has your Retributor squad along with on that flank. You've got your Paragon Warsuits and then a Battle Sister squad led by Lord Inquisitor Kyria Draxus. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest of the Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. And so, armies are all deployed. It's first turn roll off. This is for the Sisters. I got a 5. Stephen, for the Sisters, sorry, got a 3. So the Admech are going to have the turn. Sorry, I was wrong for Admech, not Sisters. So Admech will take the first turn. Alright, so top of battle round 1, I've got the Radzone Corps to work out. Stephen has declared that all his units are going to go to ground. Now, they'll all be battle shocked automatically. However, I do get to roll a dice. On a 5+, they will take the D3 mortals. So we will start with your Battle Sister squad. No, your Paragon Warsuits. They will take the damage, so D3 mortal wounds to them for 1. Your Rhino is next, and Will as well, so D3 for 1 again. The Seraphim squad next along the line does not. You've then got your Celestian Sacrosancts. Will, so they're going to take D3 for 1. Your Seraphim squad, the other one, will, and they'll take D3 for 3. And lastly, your Penitent Engine does not. Because it is at the top of the turn, Stephen will have gained a Miracle Dice, so we'll just roll as well to see what his Miracle Dice is. It's a 6. Ooh, nice. At the start of the battle round as well, Belisarius Cool will choose to use his Canticle of the Omnissiah to go Mechanicus Bodyguard. This will give him the lone operative rule while he's within 3 inches of any units of mine. Alright, so other than that, we are just going to go into our movement. We've got nothing else really to do besides gaining a command point. We're going to stay in Aegis Protocols over there with the Castellan robots. So let's go into movement and come back after it's all done. And so movement is all done. The line essentially just moves up. We do grab the 2 objectives in our home territory. But that won't matter too much for now. Now we are going to begin shooting. We've got 1 model from the Vanguard in range of your Celestian Sacrosanct, so we're going to start shooting over there. So Radium Carbine, this is going to hit on a 4+, and misses. We're then going to go with my Arc Rifle. This is going to be, first of all, we need a 4 to hit. Will hit, that is a critical hit, but nothing from there. And then we are strength 8 into toughness 3 of Battle Sisters, but -1 to wound. So it'll be 3s to wound. Wanting a 6 again, it wounds. And so 1 3+ save from the Arc Rifle. That is a 1, so nope. The Plasma Culverin hitting on 4s, misses with both. And the Transuranic Arborquest hitting on 4s, hits. Wound on a 3 because of your -1. Wounds, this is -2 this time, so we go to your 4-up Invon. And saved. Alright, so we're then going to go with the Cataphrons with their heavy arc rifles. They'll be going into your Celestian Sacrosancts as well. 4s, but I do get rerolls because I'm within 6 inch of a battle line unit of the Adeptus Mechanicus. And, I mean, I got 1 more from it. So 3. Strength 8, but -1 again, so these will be on 3s. 1. AP -2, so your 4-up Invon again. And saved. Cataphrons with their heavy grab cannons be going into the Paragon Warsuits, so we are needing 4s to hit. And then you are toughness 7, I'm only strength 6, but however I do have anti-vehicle 4+, so I'll wound on 4s. For just 3. all of that. These will be AP -1, so 3 up saves. 2 more wounds on one of them. They are damaged to a pop though. So then this unit of Cataphoron destroyers, it's going to target the Sororitas Rhino. We're just going to go with the 2 that are in range with their phosphor blasters to start with. In 4s. And then we are only strength 5, so toughness of a Rhino is... So 5 to wound a Rhino. Got 1. This will be no AP. So he makes 3 up save on the Rhino. Fine. And then their Plasma Culverins, we are going to go to the hazardous profile with them, so they are hitting on 4s. Then wounding on 5s. Oh, okay, 5. These are at -3, so these will be 6 up saves on that Rhino.
6 as well. 5.
Yeah, 5. So use some 6s here. That's one of them, so that'll be 8 damage from that. And so the Rhino remains with 1 wound left. I've got some hazardous tests to make though. I am fine, thankfully. And so with that, that'll be the end of the shooting for the Adeptus Mechanicus for this turn at least. So we'll go into Adepta Sororitas turn 1. Top of your turn, you will gain a miracle dice. Will be the first thing to do. So rolling at a 5, 2 good miracle dice numbers straight off the get-go. So next, you've not really got a lot to do in your command phase besides getting that command point, which you can now use to remain battle shocked until the start of your next turn. And so we'll be going into Adepta Sororitas movement, come back after it's all done. So, sorry, you do have 1 battle shock test, those Seraphim over there. Let's see what you can get. That is a 5, that'll be them battle shocked. Alright, so now onto the movement of the Adepta Sororitas, and we'll be back after it's all done. And so, movement is all done for the Adepta Sororitas. You've moved up your Paragons along with your Battle Sister Squad and Inquisitor onto the objective on that flank. Your Celestian Sacrosancts have gone to the objective on the other flank with those 2 Seraphim. Your Penitent Engine moves up, as with the other Seraphim squad. Your Battle Sister Squad and Rhino move up, and they also disembark out there as well, getting ready to shoot. Alright, so start of your shooting phase, we have your Retributor Squad. First of all, your combi weapon from the leader there going into the Skitarii Rangers. So 2 shots, let's see, hitting on 3s, 1 hit. Will be a 4+ to get devastating wound through. No, unfortunately. You can reroll that 1 to wound though, so let's see, can we get it? It's a 1 again. Well, now the Ministorum Heavy Flamers, 2d6 shots into the squad, will be a grand total of 4. They auto hit, so strength 6 into toughness 3 will be 2s to wound. So let's see those 2s. 4. So 5 up in Vulnerable Save on the Skitarii Rangers. Pass 1, fail 3. And now your multi-melters are going into the Cataphrons behind them. Alright, so Ballista Skill 4, needing 4s to hit with your multi-melters. That will be 3 hits. 1 miss. Right, so on your wound rolls here, you are electing to use a miracle dice. So 1 of them will auto wound. You've then got the others needing 3s to wound. You can re-roll that 1. So that will be all 3. And so these are 6 up invulns. I passed none. Right, so the first one, how much damage does it do? 5, that'll kill 1. The second one, how much damage does it do? 3 will kill another. And the third one?
That's a 2.
And so the other one, 5 wounds again. And so with one of your Armorium Cherubs, you can remove it. You'll now gain a miracle dice back, so you can roll for it to see what you get on your miracle dice that's refunded. A 4, not too shabby. So your Sororitas Rhino then into the Skitarii unit as well. 4 shots, needing 3s to hit. And we'll need 3s to wound. 2. I do get the benefit of cover because I'm near the Shroud of Salam, which is from Belisarius. So, let's see what we can get. I save 1, fail 1. Alright, so next up you've got your 2 Seraphim here. First of all, your 2 bolt pistols. You'll need 3s to hit. Both hit. You'll need 3s to wound, because strength 4. 1. And I've got a 4+ save. Saved it. And then you've got your plasma pistol. 1 shot. You no need to go on your hazardous profile here because you're strength 7 anyway with a plasma pistol. So 1 shot. Hitting on a 3. Misses. So after that move, they do duck behind the cover there. And lastly, you've got your Penitent Engine, which can actually see the Castellan robot. So he's going to shoot his Penitent Flamer at him. Why not? 2d6 shots for 8. And so, because I am in Aegis Protocol, you will need 6s to wound now, but you are twin linked, so 6s, you can pick them all up and roll them again. 6s to wound. There we go. That's 3. 2+ saves. I passed all of them. Alrighty, you are going to attempt a long bomb charge with the Seraphim into the Cataphrons, so you do need a double 6. Can you get it? Oh no. And I don't think that's worth spending a command point on.
I can't anyway. Yeah.
Penitent Engine is going to attempt the same charge. He fails as well, so no charges for the Battle Sisters this round. And so we will go into the Adeptus Mechanicus turn 2. So in my command phase, not an awful lot to do. I'm going to stick with the same doctrines and stuff like that I've got for the Force. I am going to choose to give all my guys the assault weapon profile this round with my Doctrina Imperative. Other than that, I'll gain my command point, and then I'll, at the end of my command phase, score 10 VP because I control 1 and 2. And so something on this, because they are Skitarii Rangers, that objective will remain under my control until the Adepta Sororitas can take it. So we'll go into movement. Alright, so movement-wise, most of my stuff is done. We've had the Cataphrons and Catalans and Cool all move up. The Cataphrons have come out here, but you are going to declare a fire overwatch stratagem on your Retributors going into the Castellans here. So first of all, we'll get your 2 heavy flamers out the way. 2d6 shots, they don't need a hit, which is cool with snapshots. For 9 shots in total. And so 4s to wound with your Ministorum heavy flamers. Reroll any 1s, of which there is 1. And so 4-up saves on the Castellans. I passed 4 of them. And then they are 1 damage each, so 5-up feel no pain thanks to my Tech Priest Dominus in the unit. Pass another. Alright, so now your multi-monsters are firing snapshots, meaning they need 6s to hit. And Stephen is going to use a Miracle Dice to auto hit, so you only need to roll 3 dice now, needing 6s. Got none of them, but you did get 1 through. Because you're Miracle Dice, so it'll now be a 3 to wound.
No.
So 3 to wound. Can re-roll the 1. Gets it. I've got a 6-up invuln. I fail, so damage.
D6.
D6, roll it. You just need to roll anything but a 1, and I'm good. Oh, and you rolled a 1. And then after that, you're going to use your second Armorium Cherub, so rolling a new Miracle Dice up. 5. Solid. And so, it is now the Adeptus Mechanicus' turn to shoot. Right, the Cataphrons are going to go next. We're going to target the Rhino, so we are going to be 4s to hit, 5s to wound, of which we got 2. So that'll be 2 saves at -2 on your Rhino, so 3, 4, 5-up saves. 2 of them. Fails either, it will go down.
He's got 2 wounds.
1 damage apiece, no, so he cuts a wound. And then the Phosphor Blasters, needing 4s to hit. Oh, that's not great. And 5s to wound, that is better. 3, but no AP on these. So 3+ saves. And does fail just. Alright, so roll 1 dice for Deadly Demise. You want a 6 to have it explode.
No, I don't.
Nope, does not explode. So you will get a Miracle Dice for that though. It's a unit destroyed. It's a 3. Alright, Cole is then going to shoot your Retributors. So we have D3 shots with the blast rule from his Solar Atomizer. So it'll be D3 +1 shots for 2. They hit on a 2+. 1 hit. And 2s to wound, because strength 14. Wounds. That'll be AP -4. That'll just obliterate one of your sisters, but she does have an invuln, I believe. Alright, so you got a 6-up invulnerable, so 1 6-up invulnerable from Belisarius.
Yeah, I don't have. I used that 6 miracle earlier.
It's the only way you're passing is a 6. Nope. She takes 3 damage, and one of them is dead. Alright, so Muscatari are going to go. I'm going to target your Retributors. I'm going to go ACP for lethal dosage. This gives my unit lethal hits, so we're going to start with the Galvanic Rifles, hitting on 4s. Ability to reroll 1s because we're near cool. So just 2 hits. And 3s to wounds, both will wound. Alright, so 2 3+ saves on your sisters to start with. Pass both from the Galvanic Rifles. We got 1 shot from a Mechanic's Pistol, hitting on a 4 and misses. 2 shots from the Plasma Calavier. They will both hit, and they are lethal, so they go straight through. The 2 5-up saves, because they were both lethal hits, thanks to lethal dosage. You're going to use one of your Fate dice to auto pass 1, so this will be a 5-up on the other. Nope, will fail. And then I've got the Transuranic Arborquest as well. Will miss. So next we've got the Skitarii Vanguard into the Seraphim squad there. We are going to need 4s to hit with our Radium Carbines. And then we will be anti-infantry 4+, so 4s, but we are strength, we're in strength 3, so 4s, so 3. These will be no negatives, so 3 3-up saves. Fail 1. Then have my arc rifle. Will hit. And that will be strength 8. That'll wound on a 2+. -1. So 4+. Another one goes down. Next is the Plasma Caliber. Will be 1 hit. No wounds. And lastly, the Transuranic Arborquest misses. Next, we have the Cataphrons into the Seraphim there. Not their ideal target, it's not a vehicle, but we'll make use of it. 4s to hit. I do get to reroll with 1 because I was within 6 inches of a battle line unit. And 2s to wound. That will be 4, 5, 6 wounds. -2 with the heavy arc rifles.
That's with 6 dice.
And so 5+ saves. 1, 2, 3. That will be 3. That'll be enough to take them down though. And then lastly, the Castellan robots will be shooting your Battle Sister squad there. So 2d6 shots from the Incendium Combustors for just 4.
They weren't Battle Sisters, that's my Castellan.
Yeah. And then we are going to go strength 6, so we'll be 4s. 3s. And so 4-up saves. 2 more go down, ouch. Alright, so we're going to go with charges. We're going to start with Belisarius Cool making a charge. So Belisarius needs a 7 to get in. You literally just called it. I am going to spend a CP to re-roll that, so dropping it down to 1. That is better. And the Castellans will be charging the Seraphim with an 8. Alrighty, so combat time. We have Belisarius Cool starting. So first of all, we have his Omnissiah Axe hitting on 2s. All hit. These will then be strength 8, so they'll be wounding on 2s. 2 of them. They are AP -2, so there'll be 5-up saves on your Retributors. 1 goes down from his Omnissiah Axe. The Arc Scourge is next, so 4 attacks hitting on 2s again. Strength 5 this time, so 3s to wound. 3 wounds this time. -1, so these will be on 4-up saves. All of them passed. And then we have 2d6 attacks from the Mechadendrite Hive for 10. And so we then have 3s to hit with the Mechadendrite Hive. and 3s to wound. There will be 5 saves. No AP on these, so 5 3-ups. Your retributors may yet live.
With my roll?
We'll see how we go. You got 5 of them to make. 3-ups. Though that is just enough to take them down. And then our other combat, the 2 Castellan robots with their twin Castellan fists into the Seraphim. We are going to hit on 4s. Just 2 hits from them. Wounding on 2s though, because we are strength 12. So 2 at -3, so these will be on your 6-up invons.
How many?
2. No, that is enough to take the Seraphim down. And so that is the end of the turn for the Adeptus Mechanicus. It'll go into Adeptus Sororitas turn 2 next. Right, so in your command phase, you do have a battleship test to take on the Canoness and her Celestian Sacrosanct. She's fine. And other than that, we just gain some CP. And it'll be onto movement. So movement all done for the battle sisters. You've got your sisters moving up here. You've then got your paragons coming around the corner. You've moved your units near the Castellan robots. I think I am going to declare a fire overwatch stratagem over there into your unit of sisters. Your, what are they? Celestian Sacrosancts. And so 2d6 shots with the Incendium Flamers. That is 10 this time. Alright, so 3s to wound. That'll be 6 wounds on your Sacrosancts. 4-up invons. So it'll be the Sacrosanct dead, but your Canoness will... Alright, so shooting-wise, Kyria is going to shoot down into the unit here, and so is the unit that's joined her. So Syria is using her Psychic Tempest, so 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, 6s be sustained hits 2, and wow, so that is an extra 6 hits. And then 2s to wounds. So 10. And so, no AP on these luckily, it's the only benefit of that. So 4-ups. 1, 2, wow. Okay, I'm rolling just as good as you apparently. 2 do go down. Alright, next the Storm Bolter, 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Rapid fire. Wounding on 3s. 3 more saves. AP -1.
AP.
Oh no, AP dash for, yeah, 0 for Storm Bolter. So 4-ups. Pass them all. The Flamer then, yep, Flamer then has D6 shots for 5. And so we are 3s to wound. So 4-ups because there's no AP. That is another 2 going down. And so then your bolt guns as well, 3s to hit. And then 3s to wound. And that will be, what have we got, 5? So 5-ups. Nope, that will see the unit. Alright, so your Paragon Warsuits are going to put all their shooting into Belisarius Cool. So I'm going to spend a CP on Belisarius Cool for Baleful Halo. This makes you -1 to wound him. So essentially with your Paragon Suits bonuses, this will be on normal wound rolls for them. Now +1 to hit those, so starting off with their, what are they starting with?
Well, 6 gives 3+.
Right, so the grenade launchers, so you get +1 to hit, so 2s to hit, I assume.
Yep.
So 3s to wound then. Both wounds. So 4-up saves on Belisarius. Pass both.
Damn.
Next, your Heavy Flamers, 2d6 shots between the 2 Paragons for 5. And then Strength is 6
Yep.
into T8. So you will be on 5s. Your standard profile.
Just 1.
AP -1 will be a 3-up on call. No, he fails it. Alright, so we're going to go into the Canoness shooting. She is going to supercharge her plasma pistol. She has copped a wound, so this has every chance to kill her. Alright, so 2 to hit. She hits. So you're going to miracle dice that through, so AP -3 means I go to my 5-up invon. I fail and take 2 damage. And so, your hazardous roll. Does she kill herself? No. The penitent engine shooting into them as well with 2d6 shots. For 7. So, 5s to wounds. Will be just the 2. AP, nothing on that, I believe.
No AP.
So 2 ups and pass both. Charges, well, we don't need a roll for these 2, so they're both going to get in. We do need a roll for that. They're going into Belisarius.
Yep.
So let's see what they get. And you're going to use a miracle dice there to make a 3 and 1. So yeah, 3 and 3, 6 gets you in. Alright, so we're starting off with your penitent engine is using a 6 straight away for a hit. A miracle dice, this will give you sustained hits 1. The rest of them though do need 4s. And that is another wow. And so, strength 10, these will be 4s to wound because I still am in my same imperative.
Twin link doesn't do anything then?
Twin linked, re-roll.
I thought that was only on
1 wound. Alright, so these are on 5 up invons. I passed 2. That'll be 8 damage, so... Alrighty, so your Canoness is going to go next. You're going to use Righteous Blows for a CP. This gives her lethal hits, so 4 attacks. Hitting on 2s, wanting 6s though. No 6s, but they do all hit at least. You need Strength 4, T9. You will need 6s to wound. Oh, you got 2 in there. That's cool. AP.
AP 2.
So 4 up saves on the Castellans. Save both. Alrighty, so Paragon Warsuits into Belisarius called. 3 attacks on 3s, going to 2s because I am a monster. So all hit. And so, because of your bonuses from your abilities, you are 2s to wound. 1 will fail to wound, so 5. And so AP -1, 3 up saves. I failed 2 damage, 2. Alright, so Belisarius Call is going to attack back. We have 4 attacks with my Omnissiah Axe, hitting on 2s. For all hitting. And then Strength 8, T7, so there'll be 3s to wound. For 3, these are -2, so there'll be 4 up saves. Two fails, that is 4 damage. And then the Arc Scourge, these will be 4 attacks. Hitting on 2s. And then they are going to be 4 pluses for devastating wounds to anti-vehicle. And none of them. Apparently the Arc Scourge malfunctioned, so 2d6 attacks from a Mechadendrite Hive for 8. So 3s to hit from the Mechadendrite Hive. And then 5s to wound. For just 1 with no AP, so a 2 up save. And that is fine. So that'll be that. And so the Castellan robot then into the Penitent engine is going to need 4s to hit and misses with everything. And then the Power Fist on my Cybernetica Data Smith. 2 attacks into the Canoness, hitting on 3s, hits once. Wound on a 2, because strength 8 will do so, so -2 on her. So an invulnerable save of 4+ then from the Power Fist. You're just going to auto pass it with a miracle dice. No, you hadn't used any miracle dice with her in the combat phase, so you just spend a miracle dice of 4 to auto pass on her. And that will be the combat. So, on to Adeptus Mechanicus turn 2. Turn 3. Turn 3. And so, we are going to, over here, we're going to change the Castellan robot to go with the offensive directive to give him +2 attacks in melee. We will then go with Belisarius Call healing himself. So he's going to regain D3 lost wounds for 3. And with that, we're going to go with the selecting as assault weapons for my Canticle of the Omnissiah. And we'll go into movement. Alrighty, so shooting wise, we are going to go with the Cataphrons here and moved. So we've just had the rest of our movement. The other Cataphrons ran on or advanced onto the objective. They're going to go into your Battle Sister Squad here. Alright, so first unit shooting is these Cataphrons. They're going into your Battle Sister squad led by Kyria. We are going to use a CP for lethal dosage, giving me lethal hits. And then we're going to start shooting with my Plasma Culverins. Just doing their standard profile. So they'll be hitting on... So hitting on 4s. Re-rolling any ones, thanks to Belisarius. And so 2s to wound. That will be 6 all up with the lethal hit. So 6 at -2 on your battle system. You do have cover. 4 up saves, thanks to cover. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 battle sisters go down. Phosphor Blasters next. They are going to hit on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, re-roll. So strength 5 will be 3s. So 2 more, so 5 all up at no AP on the Battle Sisters. So go for it. 5, 3 up saves. 1, 2 more go down. And then the Tech Priest with his Macro Stubber, 5 shots, hitting on 3s. Re-roll the 1s. They will be lethal. And then we are strength 4, so 3 saves, no AP again. So 3 ups. 1 more goes down. And then his focused version of the Eradication Ray for D3 shots for 3. Hitting on 3s. Reroll. Sorry, no rerolls. 1 is auto. And will wound, so 2 at -2. So these will be on 4s because of cover. And save both. And so we are going to go into combat. It is your turn to pick first. Alrighty, so you're going to go with Righteous Strength. So first of all, that will be needing 2s to hit because you're +1 to hit. You can reroll those hits now. All good. Strength is 12, so you'll be needing 3s to wound, but you can reroll these, which you don't need to. So 3 up saves on call. Fails 1, so 3 damage. And so the Castellan robot is going to go into that Penitent engine. 6 attacks now, hitting on 4s. 3 hits. Strength 12, toughness of a Penitent engine. So 2s to wound, re-rolling, don't need them. That is 3 at -2, so his armor save is?
Armor save is 4.
So 6s. 1 more. Save 1 so far. 1 wounds. How many wounds does he have? And so now you've got your Feel No Pain. 6 of them coming in. Doesn't pass any of them. Apparently he feels all the pain. Deadly Demise. Roll 1 dice for me. No. And then the Data Smith into your Canoness will not hit either. Double 1. Your Canoness is going to spend a CP to give yourself the lethal hits. So, fortunately no 6s, but you do hit on 2s luckily. Needing 6s to wound though. Nothing this time. Belisarius is then going to attack. He's got calls on the Cyrax to begin with, hitting on 2s. Just 2. Wounding on 3s. Both wounds, these are -2. So that'll be 2, 3, 4 up saves needed. 2 of them. 2 of them, just 2. No, fails both, and that'll be 4 damage and enough to take out the last Paragon Warsuit. And so it is pretty obvious at this point who has got the game won. But we are going to give Stephen the chance to try and kill Belisarius. So you're going to move down. And you're going to try and take him out. Alright, Kyria is going to shoot with her Shuriken Catapult. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. So 3s to hit. That will be 3 hits. Now, she will be needing 6s to wound, but 6s are devastating wounds with this. Fortunately, none. 4 shots in with the Storm Bolter. 2 hits. And we'll need 6s to wound Belisarius. Nothing. Your Flamer with D6 shots. For 2. Needing 3s to wound, because strength 5. Nope. And then your bolt gun, 2 shots. 1 hit. No wounds. So I'm guessing you're charging Belisarius.
Yep.
Right, so Kira's going to try and smack Belisarius in combat. 3 attacks. All hit. Strength 6, so winning on 5s. 1. And that'll be a pass because -2, 4-up save. The rest of the Battle Sisters squad, can they do something? Lethal hits, why not, with your last CP? And wow, that is definitely not going to help them. They got 1 hit. And no wounds. I'll then go my Castellan Robot into your Canoness. Hitting on 4s. 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. 2. She gets 2 4-up invulns, so she can pass 1, so she might live. Passes 1, fails 1. She takes a wound from that. And the Power Fist from the Data Smith hits once. And doesn't wound. So she's actually going to be able to attack back.
Into the Data Smith.
Yeah, and so... she will hit twice. Hit 3 times, sorry, that was a 3. Hits 3 times. Now you need for strength 4, strength 5, so 5s. Hey, 2 of them. And AP -1 or -2. And then Belisarius is going to go next. He has his Omnissiah Axe. 2 hits. 1 wound, that is AP -2, so that is, what are we, 3, 4, 5 plus save? 5 plus save on a Battle Sister. Nope, 1 more goes down. 4 attacks from the Arc Scourge. All hit. All wound, so 4 at -1, so 4 4-ups.
3, I'm using 1 of mine.
Yep, 3. Roll these 2 at a time. Just because I may have Kyria. The first 2 die. And now this will be on Kyria at -1. Kyria then has a 4-up save to make. She takes a wound. And then 2d6 attacks from the Mechadendrites, so it's 6. Hitting on 3s. Just 2. And no wounds, so that will be the end. And I think at this point we can call the game with my turn next. Both your characters there. I think we can clearly call this one for the Adeptus Mechanicus, with Kyria and your Canoness being the only survivors.